Hey there, in this video I'm gonna talk about who owns Vanguard Group. Before start video, I request to all to please subscribe my channel and hit the notification button to get notified every time I post new video. Vanguard has a fairly unique structure for an investment management company. The company is owned by its fund, the funds are owned by the shareholders. This means that its shareholders are the actual owners. Unlike most public-owned investment firms, therefore Vanguard has no outside investor other than its shareholders. Vanguard structure allowed the company to charge very low expense for its fund. Due to its scope, the company has been able to reduce its expense over the year. The average expense ratio for Vanguard fund was 0.89 in 1975. As of the end of 2022, the number stands at 0.09% only. Vanguard is the second largest investment firm in the world after BlackRock. It is the biggest issuer of mutual fund worldwide and the second biggest ETF insurer. Vanguard is owned by different funds which are owned by its shareholder. The company has no other owner than its shareholder, which sets it apart from most public traded investment firms. About Vanguard. As from March 31, 2023, Vanguard has $7.6 trillion in assets under management, making it second only to BlackRock, which boasts $9 trillion asset under management in Pennsylvania. Vanguard is the largest mutual fund issuer in the world and the second largest issuer of ETF, which is also known as exchange traded funds. It has been 2003 US fund and 227 international fund as of the end of 2022. The firm boasts more than 50 million investors. It has only one of the largest bond fund in the world, the Vanguard Total Bond Management Index Fund, which is also known as VBTLX. History of Vanguard. John C. Bolge begins working from the Wellington Management Company in 1951. Through his year at the company, he held various positions before becoming an executive and eventually president. Following a dispute with a merged company in 1974, Bogle formed a new company called the Vanguard Group of Investment Companies. He named the new company Vanguard after a British ship because he admired the leadership theme it embodied. Bogle created the first index investment trust in 1976, now known as the Vanguard 500 Index Fund. Although the fund growth was initially slow, it took off. By the 1980s, other mutual funds began copying his index investing style. Bogle created Vanguard and molded it into a place where retail and individual investors can turn to build wealth without needing the service of a broker and expenses charged by them. His vision was low-cost investing and transparency for non-essential investors. Advantage and disadvantage of index investing. Index funds can charge lower fee because with few exceptions they track an index that is only change if a stock list on the index no longer meet the criteria for being listed. This means index funds are passively managed and doesn't need as much attention as those that do not track indexes. It's easier for new investor or those with limited capital, knowledge and time benefit from index fund because there is no need to analyze stocks to find one that suits them. Stocks on indexes have already gone through rigorously in evaluation and weighting. Investors can easily read through the prospectus and reports and find funds that fit their interests and goals. The returns are limited to those of the underlying index. That's because index funds attempts to mimic index returns. In that respect, their returns are limited to the index returns. There is a lack of reactive ability because you're investing in a fund that mirrors an index. You cannot act on undervalued or overvalued stock within the funds. Short-term investors are exposed to downside risk with index funds. Investors who don't invest in index fund for the long term, might see decreased returns or even losses. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, goodbye.